Okay guys, change in scenery. You're probably kind of confused, but I'm back home right now, hence the baking video, because you know I've been really lacking on those in college. Obviously it's been very difficult to bake there. Heartbreak. Today we are doing a baking video. You know what the saddest thing ever is though? It's been so long since I baked here. I actually had to go buy like flour and stuff because I actually don't have any more. Don't worry guys, I went grocery shopping just for you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Melanie. Today you're gonna come bake with me, but it's gonna be a little experimental. I also bought some yogurt. If you guys have seen any of my old videos or like my Instagram stories, I talk a lot. I also bought mac and cheese. I'm also so excited to be home. I got myself a hot lavender latte. Literally made my morning. The stuff is hitting so hard right now. Okay, I think we have all the ingredients out. I know it's a hot mess, but we'll figure this out in a bit. We are gonna be testing out 3 famous, well-known cookie recipes. 2 of them I have made before and I really like, but I think it'll be very interesting to have them, you know, like right next to each other so that I can compare them. So those are gonna be the Levain cookies and then also the tasty, like best chocolate chip cookie recipe. And then the third one, I found one from New York Times and this is like their best chocolate chip cookie recipe. It has a lot of steps, fancy ingredients, takes like a long time to make, and it has 10,000 reviews on it. So I'm so excited to have all of these made. I'm probably gonna be sick of chocolate chip cookies by the end of this. That's enough said. I need to get started because we are making 3 batches of cookies today. Also, I want to show you my tripod, okay? It's very fun. If you've seen any of my videos out in college, I broke my tripod, so I've been like using random things and I'm back home and it's not making it any better. This is so dangerous too. Alright guys, I'm so excited! Alright guys, we're getting started with the first cookie recipe and we're starting off with Levain cookies. I post about these all the time on Instagram and everyone always asks about them. I remember the first time I tried these and it was kind of like love at first bite. I also went there this past summer in New York. It's this famous bakery. I feel like it's referenced in a lot of books and movies and stuff. We're gonna start off with some cold butter and you're gonna cube it. Mine's a little frozen. It's supposed to be like cold and cute, but I'm gonna like microwave it a little bit. That should be good enough. Don't mind the noise, by the way. My mom is washing my dog. This recipe is basically, they're like 1 pound cookies, or not a pound, but they're, wait, is it a pound? I don't know. They're really like huge and that's what they're kind of known for. Like 1 cookie is $5 or $6, I think, which I mean, I guess that's not that weird because like crumble cookies cost a lot too. They are like very, very cakey and you'll see that in the recipe. It's interesting to compare recipes because like when you look at them side by side, it's all basically the same ingredients, but you'll be able to really see the difference in the ratios. So like this one has almost 3. Yeah, this one has 3 cups of flour in it, but the tasty one, I think it has like 1 cup and like way more sugar, and you'll be able to see that. I'm not gonna lie, you are technically supposed to use a mixer for this. And I don't know how I do this. Like it's genuinely, it's a lot easier to use a mixer, but I don't know, maybe I just want to get my arm workout in. Something to me, taking out a whole mixer is just too much. So, you know, guys, if you've seen any of my baking videos, we don't really do that here. Plus, look how smooth that is. I did that. We're adding in the eggs now. Of course, I will have all of the recipes linked in the description. It's probably easier to just look at that, but this is just a good way. If you're not sure which cookie recipe to follow, just watch this video and watch me struggle through
baking 3 batches of cookies.
You won't have to. Another thing about the Levain cookie recipe that's really unique. Oh my gosh, I look like I'm struggling out here. I need to put my hair up. A unique thing about the Levain cookie recipe, oh, that was the worst egg crack ever. Baking temperature is 410 degrees, which if you know, typical baking is at like steady 350, which is pretty, you know, normal. So this is really hot, which basically means that the outside's gonna be like really crispy and the outside's gonna bake a lot faster, and then the inside's gonna be nice and doughy, which is something that I love about this recipe. Flour time. This one uses both cake flour and regular flour. I honestly couldn't tell you the differences between any flours, but I just do what they tell me to do. And I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna feel like a lot of flours going in here. You might have a little bit of trouble mixing this. I know the first time I did, I was kind of confused. I was like, wow, I'm making a mess. 1.5 cups. Alexa, play Taylor Swift. we are on to the last ingredient, which is chocolate chip. One of the things that's also kind of catered to this recipe is that it has a lot of chocolate. It uses 2 full cups. That's like this whole bag. This also uses walnuts, but you know, I'm allergic to those, so obviously we're not going to be doing that. So much chocolate. This is the finished dough. I need to take a seat. I'm working up a sweat over here. Now we are gonna roll these into our cookie dough balls. It's supposed to be a whole handful because it's supposed to make 8 cookies. Like this entire thing is supposed to make 8 cookies. So they're gonna be kind of huge. All right, guys, these are now going into our very, very, very hot oven for 9 to 12 minutes. Okay, guys, they're ready. Ooh, beautiful. We're gonna start off today with the tasty chocolate chip cookie recipe. I swear it's a new day. Same cup of coffee. I went there again. It's so good. I like actually love this place. So this cookie recipe is very bakery style. I do make this one kind of a lot. It was my favorite for quite a bit of time. It's really, really good, I promise you. Start off with sugar, salt, butter. It's always the same thing. I don't know why I'm like unsalted butter melted. I love it when you just melt butter. It makes things so much easier than all this cold cubed butter. It makes life so difficult. Have a butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. My brown sugar is literally so
Solid.
I think I loved this cookie recipe so much at one point. I had it memorized down like to a T. And then 1/2 cup of the white sugar, 1 egg, and then we're doing 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. The other ones I've made like don't even use vanilla, I swear. Ooh, I've been getting bad at cracking eggs. It's been too long. This is one of those recipes that doesn't use like a lot of flour at all. So these cookies are gonna be a lot. You know when they get cracked at the top? Like I explained it kind of like a bakery style cookie because I think it really is similar to one. I actually have a whole video on making these like when I tested it the first time. So I'll link that. It only uses 1 1/4 cup of flour and the other one literally used double the amount of flour. And this one only uses normal flour. So it's more accessible ingredients, or I don't know. I feel like I didn't own cake flour before. I have to go buy it. This is the finished tasty dough. As you can see, it's a lot more, I want to say liquidy, less thick, I guess. One of the things about this recipe is it recommends chilling it for at least 30 minutes or even overnight. I'm only going to be chilling it for 30 minutes because I feel like that's what I usually do because I'm a little bit impatient. A masterpiece. Casually. Okay guys, so it's been about 30 minutes. I'm grabbing the dough and we're gonna start scooping it. Yes, I said scooping. So one of the other things for this recipe, it uses a ice cream scoop for the cookies, which is a really nice way to get like the little cracks on top, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm just using this ice cream scoop. It just like low-key makes it kind of easier in a lot of ways. You don't have to use your hands to like roll the dough or anything, which is low-key like kind of nice. So we're just gonna flop it. And I'm also making some mini scoop ones just because mini cookies, always fun. This one actually uses the regular temperature of 350 and we're plopping them in the oven. And then these ones go in for 12 to 15 minutes. And as I've mentioned so many times, I am a huge advocate for like undercooked gooey cookies. So I always put it in for like the lower amount of time. So I'm putting it in for 12 minutes. Okay guys, for this last recipe, the tasty cookies are so quick to make. Like every time I'm so surprised. It's that many ingredients. I'm gonna start making the New York Times one, which seems like it's gonna take a lot longer because it wants to be refrigerated for 24 to 36 and even 72 hours. So we're gonna whip up the batch, but I'm gonna end up baking it tomorrow. This recipe, a little bit needy. 2 cups minus 2 tablespoons of cake flour. A lot of stuff is in ounces. It also asks for like mixers and whatnot, but like guys, 1 1/4 cups of unsalted butter and creaming it together with stuff. I don't have the luxury of just melting it, but guys, Guys, I just realized this literally requires 2.5 sticks of butter. I'm making 3 batches of cookies, so I'm gonna half this recipe actually because I don't need this much, okay? When your dad starts air frying stuff while you're trying to film, please ignore the air fryer. We're gonna start adding in all of our dry ingredients to see it come together. So let's start with the bread flour. Cup, but not just a cup, it's a cup minus a tablespoon. Like, I've never heard of this before.
Oh shoot.
OMG. It was supposed to be a cup and 2/3. Oh my god, wait, math. It's half a cup. Do I just like take it out? I don't know what to do right now. Good thing I didn't mix it, but like, for scientific reasons, not super sure how accurate this recipe is gonna be. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, guys. You don't want to see what I just did. That was kind of embarrassing. I hope I have enough of this. Dude, barely. I'm gonna have to go buy more cake flour. Okay, well, I guess that's everything now, right? 1.25 pounds. I don't know what that. See, hey Alexa, how many ounces are in a pound?
16 ounces.
16. So we're gonna do 1 cup. I like dark chocolate more. That's also just all we have right now. Guys, I don't know what happened to me. Like, I swear I used to be such a clean bake. I don't know, college or something. Like, look at my little flour chaos over here. I swear this bowl is just massive. Like, it's still a lot of dough. I know it looks like no dough. We are here to bake the 3rd and final batch of cookies, like actually bake them, and I'm so excited. This guy has been marinating in the fridge for about 36 hours, which is what it recommends. It says up to 72, but it recommends 24 to 36. That's what we did. Now it says scoop 6 3.5-ounce dough balls, which is the size of a generous golf ball. It wants us to bake for 18 to 20 minutes. That's kind of insane. We are gonna preheat the oven to a classic 350. There he is. The thing is, it's so hard to scoop after it's like all cold and frozen. I don't know how they expect me to do this. That's a little funky looking one. It also tells you to sprinkle with sea salt before we put it in the oven. I want to eat this dough, a scale from like 1 to 10. I want to eat it at like an 11.5 right now. Look at him. Okay, like this guy needs a little bit of help, but you know what? Once he bakes, it'll be cute. Oh, let's get the salt. I have no clue what this means, but this is what we will be using today. Okay, the oven has beeped. She's ready. In they go for 18 frickin' minutes. So long. Do you guys keep stuff in your oven too? Because, okay guys, moment of truth. Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Not sure how to feel about this one, at least. We know which one that was. The real results come when we test them. Can you tell me what you just said?
It's the best cookie ever.
The best cookie ever?
Yeah.
Out of all of them?
Yeah, it's so chewy.
So chewy.
Yeah.
Okay guys, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Do you just love how I had to label this because I caught my dad like digging into my cookie stash this morning? I am so excited to test these. These are massive. Take a quick minute. I want you guys to guess which is which. Okay, have your bets. Have your bets. This right here is our tasty chocolate chip cookie, our Levain bakery, the ding 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 red flag obvious one, and then this is our New York Times first time testing it. Super chewy, took 3 freaking days to make cookie. So we're gonna test these. Can you tell? I'm beyond excited. I say that as if I haven't already been snacking on cookies all day, but I never get sick of these guys. We're gonna do these in the order that we made them. I have high expectations for this because it was so difficult to make. Okay, also I say that it wasn't that hard, but like doing that one after the tasty one and all the cookies I've made, I just have high expectations. Okay, Levain. Like, I know what this one's gonna taste like. It's always so good. So good. Is it bad that I don't want to like rate these until I try all of them? No, I'll rate it though. Levain for me, solid 8 out of 10. Very cakey. It's almost like a different type of cookie. You know how like crumble cookies or the Locke House like Safeway ones are almost their own like type of cookie because they're just so distinct. Kind of like that. Nonetheless, I love them. We're moving into this massive, oh my gosh, it's stuck to the plate. Tasty chocolate chip cookie. I make this recipe a lot also. Never disappoints, and it's so quick and easy. Very chewy, very sugary. Not a lot of flour goes into this.
So good.
It's even better when you use chocolate chunk. I love it. I think this one's like a 9 for me. I'm a sucker for very chewy chocolate chip cookies, and like these massive ones, the beautiful crinkles in them. Now on to this last one. I'm not gonna lie, like this isn't the prettiest one. It's very, very thin, which usually isn't my choice of cookie. It does have the nice like little bakery crinkles around the edges. Smells delicious. It's also the freshest because I made this one the most recently. It was baked today. I have high expectations. You are nervous right now. Cheers with me. Wait a second. I can't tell if it's just the last bite is always the best. Like I remember it more than the other ones. This tastes really good right now. Oh, do you hear that? Okay, this is kind of slapping. Honestly though, I think considering the extra chill time, baking hassle, I know I'm being really dramatic. It wasn't that much more work, but considering the tasty ones are so quick to make, they taste nearly identical. Like if I were to rate this, I think I also need to adjust my ratings. I think Levain is like 8.5. Tasty is like 9.5. I don't know what would make it better. I don't know what I'm saying. 9.5? I just have a problem with giving things 10s, okay? Okay, if Tasty is 9.5, then this one is like a 9.7. But if you put into consideration the amount of time, because if I want cookies, I want them now. Like I don't want them in 72 hours. Then the Tasty one. And the Tasty ones actually like they look better to me too. They literally look like they could be sold at freaking like Starbucks or Panera or Starbucks Reserve even. So my overall ranking, New York Times, and then Tasty, and then Levain. But what if it's just because I like subconsciously am thinking I put so much work into it, it has to be number 1. Anyways guys, thanks for hanging out with me, baking 3 freaking batches of chocolate chip cookies with me. I couldn't have done it without you. And it was a great time to bond and listen to Taylor Swift with you, even though you couldn't hear the Taylor Swift because I didn't want to get copyrighted. But thank you guys so much. It's been far too long since I filmed a baking video in this lovely, super messy kitchen. I'll see you in the next video. Love you so much. Bye guys. Maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I